let me actually share some very interesting things with you, my dear Africans all over the world. Like, do you know how blessed we are as Africans, as black people in the world? Do you know, like, after these things I'm going to share with you, you're going to be so excited in yourself that you're an African, that you're a black person in the world. You're going to feel so proud. You're going to feel so happy. Like, I'm going to share with you some very, very interesting about the melanin, about your Africanness, your beauty. You see, this is something that many non-Africans, they have stigmatized, they have demonized, they have despised. Like when they see you, like say, oh, the African, oh, so all these black people, oh, all these Africans, like they just automatically ridicule you and just, you know, wash you down. Like, oh, well, what has he or she got to do? Like, what has he got to offer? Oh, just forget about these Africans, whatever. Like, you see, but do you know how blessed it is to be an African? Like, how blessed it is to be an African. I'm going to share with you some very special things about you as an African person in the world. You see, very important. You see, it's always what makes you African, all right? Like that very beautiful quote by one of our great men. He said, I'm not African because I was born in Africa, but I'm an African because Africa was born in me. Very powerful quotes. And what that means literally is there's an African spirit. There's what makes you unique as an like when I say spirit, I don't mean just like ancestral spirit or like maybe some kind of spirit or whatever. I'm talking about our uniqueness. I'm talking about our gift. I'm talking about our potentials. I'm talking about our abilities. Like what makes us special as Africans on the continent and in the world. You see, first of all, think about it. You see, Africa, like when you look at the map of the world, Africa is situated in the center of the world. Again, telling you how central we are about things going on in the world. We are at the center of gravity. We are at the equator, in which case, where the sunlight is focusing on the earth. You see, Africa is at the center of the world, and that makes it to like receive a lot of sunlight. You see, again, talking about how the formation of our pigments came about. I'm going to share that with you shortly. So now, when you look at the location, so that makes it to be, you know, at the place where there is a lot of sunlight. So you see, like most part of the year, there's high sun intensity on Africa. Yeah, because of the location. When you look at other part of the world, like, you know, Europe and other parts like Arctic and Antarctic regions, those extreme ends, you see them having different seasons, different times, like different intensity of sunlight and all that. Most times you don't even have a lot of light. You know, when you go to European countries, those closer to the Arctic region, you see they have very lesser light, except during summertime. You see, so most times, you know, it's like other seasons and all that. So in Africa, we get to enjoy a lot of sunlight, which again is a blessing because yeah, we have solar energy and all those things, right? And things that can even help us with our food preservation and all that. So many blessings that we have as Africans. All right. Now, so what brings about the pigments like the black or what you can maybe black or brown coloration thing that we have as Africans is the fact that so when sunlight is focused on Africa, and then we have Africans, the first set of humans that lived on Earth, came about, so then their skin, their body had to be protected from the too much intensity of the sunlight, which brought about the formation of melanocytes on our skin cells. You see, melanocytes. So melanocytes are part of the skin cells which synthesize or produce melanin. So melanin is that pigment that actually colorizes your skin and protects it against the ultraviolet rays that come from the sun. You see, but far beyond the protection, you see, the melanin has a lot of functions that I'm going to share with you. And it's important that we understand these things and get aware, you see, because when you have some information, you see, information will give you transformation, and transformation will give you reformation, and reformation will give you impartation. You see that? So we've got to understand and get information so that we can be transformed in our understanding, in our mindset, which will help us to have the results that we want as a people and carry ourselves with dignity and respect in the world. That we are not who other guys tell that we are. We are not who they think that we are, but we are special and great people, like we've always been before they even came to our continent. You see, now let's talk about the melanin. Now this melanin guy, you see, very very amazing guy. You see, when you talk about Africans or black people in the world, it's all about melanin. It's all about melanin. Melanin is our game. Is our secret weapon, and I'll share that with you. Melanin, which is like produced on our skin, first of all, for protection. It has other very important functions like regulatory functions, like endocrine functions, like what do you call it? All these other important functions that it serve in our body. I'm going to mention them one by one for you. But now let's first of all even talk about the locations. Let's talk about the location of the melanin. Now the melanin is not only just located on your skin, it is located in many parts of your body. Do you know that you have melanin, first of all, in your brain? Like I did mention that recently, but then it is located in your brain and it serves some very very important functions, which I'm going to share with you. In your brain, first of all, in your eyes, like as you're looking at me now, you see, when you look deep, you look at that black pigment, which is what we call the iris. The iris in our eyes is actually contain melanin. Can you see the beauty of that? It also serves that protective function as well. You see, it controls the amount of light rays that come into your eyes so that it regulates it and it doesn't cause blindness. It prevents what we call macular degeneration, and it prevents blindness, and it also lets you have very good visual, like sights, very good sight. Like when you see something, because it can regulate the light now, so it can help you to see something very clearly, vividly, you see, very important. So that is talking about the melanin in your eyes. We have melanin in our mouth. So almost part of our body, you have the melanin in our mouth, in our oral cavity. When you open your mouth, you see at the sides of your oral cavity, you have melanin. In your gingiva, you have melanin. Even around your tongue, you have melanin. In your nose, you have melanin. Down inside your nose, you have melanin. Very important functions. You see, you also have melanin when in your ears. You have melanin. Deep down in your inner ear, you have melanin. You see, that's a very important function, which is actually to regulate the amount of hearing. So an African person, for example, can be in a place where there's like so much noise and will not be too disturbed, because melanin in your ears, in your inner ears, can actually help you to control the amount of noise that enters into your ears, so you don't get hearing loss or problem with your hearing. Very important. So you have melanin in your ears. You also have melanin when it comes to your part of your body, like in your bone and your bone marrow. You have melanin also in your blood cells, in your white blood cells. You see, very important. You have melanin also in your reproductive organs, in your ovaries, in your testes, in your scrotum, in your penis, like those external and internal reproductive organs. You have melanin in those locations, and it serves very important functions in those locations as well. You see, so when you look at many parts of the body, we have melanin in all this part of the body, and the functions are very simple. Melanin serves protective functions, it serves regulatory functions, it serves some endocrine functions, it serves some executive functions, it serves some motor functions, which I'm going to share with you, like the brain and all that. You see, so melanin present in all these locations actually make us to be unique as Africans, as people, as a people that, we are so blessed and so gifted with many talents and abilities and potentials that we can actually maximize in the world. So in the next video, I'm going to share with you the melanin in the brain, which we call the neuromelanin, the special function that it performs in the brain, and how it makes us very unique in our mental ability and performance. All right, so that's what I'm going to share in the next one. Do like and subscribe. Please share this post. Let's spread it across. Let's circulate the information and let our people get to know who we are, and of course get more understanding about these things, and things are going to help us as a people and as a continent to help our identity, help what we hear, help our abilities and all that, right? Very important. So thanks so much for listening, and bye for now.